Okay, so to begin our beach scene with the waves, we are going to start at this point of our paper, almost halfway to the top. And this is where you're gonna start drawing the curve of the wave. So you're gonna start here, all the way at the end, and then you're gonna bring it and then spiral it in like that. So there's one wave. Then you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna do another wave, and you're gonna start midway from here on this wave, and then you're gonna go ahead and do another curve. Okay, then at the bottom of this curve right here, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna do a curve line, which is gonna be the form of one wave and then the form of the other wave. So you gotta do another curve line underneath here. Then if you want, go ahead and you're gonna actually double up some of your lines. So you're gonna start at the center here, and you're going to bring it around all the way down. You can go ahead and do another small one, and then you can start one here, bring it down. So you have one wave, and you're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on the other side. 1, 2, you can even just start here. Follow your curve. So there you go, and you have your 2 waves to begin with. Then at the top right here, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna draw your horizon line. So you're just gonna go ahead, it doesn't need a perfect line, it can be a little bit wiggly, and that'll be the start of your horizon line. Don't forget to also include some little waves as well. So you can start here at the bottom, or if you don't want to do waves, you can do flowers or whatever you like, but we're going to go ahead and continue with some waves. Start in the middle, do your little spiral, curve down. Same thing on the other side. Spiral, curve down, you can do a little baby wave. Spiral, curve down. Double up your lines if you like. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with the background mountains and hills. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna do some little bumps like that. A couple little bumps. Then this is where you're gonna go ahead and start doing some other bigger bumps. Curve and down, another curve and down, another one up here. You can even start on this side. Do another mountain range top. You can double it up like that if you'd like. And then one last one. You don't want to go too high because you need enough room for your sun. So once you have about 1, 2, 3 layers of mountains, then you're going to go ahead and you're going to draw a curve for your sun, and you want it to be roughly around this side of your paper. It's going to be quite wide, so you're going to start here, bring it down like that. Then once you have your curve of your sun, you're going to go ahead and do its rays. So out, line out, line out, line out, out. Make sure they're about 2 fingers apart, like that. Make sure it also touches the end, the curved part of your sun all the way to the edge of your paper. All the way to there. Okay, once you've completed that, you're gonna go ahead and you're going to take a Sharpie and you're going to start tracing over all of your pencil lines. And some of your lines are gonna make them a bit thicker, as well as add some texture as well. So I'm actually going to start at the top with my sun. Now I'm going to also, when I do my rays, I'm gonna trace over my line, but then at the very bottom where the curve of the sun and the ray connects, I'm going to do a little line up, and fill it in. And you're gonna do that with all of your raised. So that your sun will start to look like that. Okay, now once you have that completed, finish tracing over the other ones that are over on this side. Okay, then go ahead and move on to your mountains and hills. Trace over the line. Now some of them you're gonna also double up like you did with the sun. So for example, this one I'm going to double up. I'm going to color it in. You can also do some patterns if you like. So go ahead and you might even want to double up this one. You can even double up this guy as well. Okay, now once you're done with that, make sure all your lines are doubled up on your sun. You're gonna go and move on to your hills. So go ahead and trace your hills. You can also double up these ones as well. You don't have to if you don't want to. I just like it because it makes it more colorful and it gives it a good pop. Okay. Then move on to your little baby hills right here. You can even double up those guys a little bit if you'd like. And then you're going to move on to your horizon line. Now your horizon line is actually going to be doubled up as well. So make this a bit on the thicker side. Okay. Now, once you've completed that, then go ahead and move on to your waves. And you're gonna do the same thing with the waves, where you're gonna double up some of the lines as well. So first trace over all of them, and then you can go back and double the ones that you'd like to do. So for example, I'm going to double up this one. And double up this guy over here if you'd like. And go over and trace your other waves and do the same exact thing. Double up some of your lines. Just a bunch of spirals. Okay, then you're gonna finish off with your baby waves. Okay, then with your Sharpie, in this area right here, you're just gonna go ahead and do some little squiggle lines. These are also just part of the ocean as well. Not too much, just a little. Okay, once you've completed that, then you're gonna go ahead and you're going to get your Sharpies, close them, and then you're gonna get your oil pastels or crayons or markers. Okay, once you've completed tracing over with your Sharpie, you're gonna go get your oil pastels, crayons or markers or color pencils, and you're gonna just gently go over and trace your lines. You wanna make sure that you got a couple of greens for your mountains. So I've got like 3 different color greens that I'm gonna use. You wanna make sure you have some yellow and some orange for your sun. And definitely a couple of blues, light blue, dark blue, and also some white for your ocean. So once you go ahead, definitely start with the sun first. So you're gonna go ahead and take some, you can also even include some reds as well if you'd like, or like a red orange. So what you're gonna do is you're first going to outline the inside part of your sun. Then you're gonna go ahead and outline every curve like that with the yellow. It doesn't need to be 100% perfect because you're gonna go over with watercolor to fill it in. But you just wanna make sure you get a good amount of color in there. Okay, then once you're done with yellow, you can go ahead and grab some orange, do the same thing. And then you can go ahead and do like another type of yellow if you'd like. I'm doing a lighter yellow. And then you can also include a little bit of red, not too much, just a little. Now if you want, if you're using oil pastels, you can use your finger to blend it in a bit. Okay, so then once you're done with that, you're gonna go ahead and move on to your hills and mountains. So for your hills and mountains, make sure you got a couple of greens, at least 3. You can use more than just 3. You're going to add a little bit of texture and color. So for example, you want to go and start doing, let's start on this side. And you're going to choose one green. So I'm going to use like a dark green on this one. Give it a good solid line. And then I'm just going to outline the whole entire space. Okay, and then with this one, I'm going to do some lines as my texture. I'm also going to outline it as well. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and use a different green for this one. And I'm just going to outline it. Okay, now underneath here, I'm going to do a lime green. And I'm going to also do some more lines with this one, but in a different direction. And then also outline the space as well. I'm going to go ahead and take some dark green for this one. And just outline it. And same with this guy. And do a different green and just outline the space. And then for my little mini mountains here, I'm going to choose probably my dark green, and I'm going to outline it, but I will be doing some lines as well. They're going to be really soft lines. Okay, once I'm done with my mountains and outlining them, then I'm going to go on to my waves as much as the oil pastel off as I possibly can. And I'm going to be doing the same exact thing where I'm just going to be outlining my swirls, and it doesn't have to be perfect or right on top of it. It can even be on the inside of it. But you want to make sure you got a good amount of blue in there. And go ahead and take a different color blue. Could be a darker blue, a lighter blue. And on top of that, you're gonna go ahead and take a white and add some white lines. And what the white lines will do is it'll kind of blend your blues, but then when you paint over with some watercolor, it'll leave a really nice white spot. Okay, then also don't forget to go over your little lines in the ocean part as well. Don't forget to also add a little bit of white, little white caps if you'd like. Okay, so once you're done with that, then you're gonna go ahead and start painting with watercolor. Make sure that you have some water, a good clean brush, and some watercolors. So always start from the top to the bottom. So we're gonna start with our sun. Now you can do a mixture of yellow and orange, which I'm going to do. So I'm gonna take some yellow. I'm gonna start painting the inside of my sun, but then I'm also going to give it some orange as well, a little bit on the edges. Fill it in. And then go back with my yellow. Just kind of blend them in together. The orange and the yellow. Okay, so your sky's done. If you want, you can even add a little bit of orange to your sun. Okay, then move on to your mountains and your hills. So you're going to paint the area whatever color you traced over with the oil pastel. So for my dark greens, I'm going to paint this dark green. Fill all my dark green spaces in. You can even add a little bit of teal if you want. And then go ahead and fill in the other parts dark green. Okay. Okay, so once you're done with that, then you're gonna go ahead and move on to your waves. You wanna choose a couple of different blues as well, some dark, some light, and just follow the movement of the wave that you already have. Follow the spiral. ahead and you can choose a lighter blue to give it a different depth. If you want, you can even add teal or turquoise or even a little bit of green. Okay, and then last but not least, you're gonna go ahead and paint your ocean part. I like to use a nice light blue so you can see the difference. And there you have it, your beautiful wave and beach scene. Hope you guys enjoyed.